Hello and welcome to my first impression of the Radtel RT-900. It's a new 8-watt radio from Radtel that claims to transmit not only on UHF and VHF, but also on 18 to 108 MHz. I'll be running tests to verify those claims, but for now, these are my first impressions. In the box, you get the usual manual, a strap, an antenna, a charging brick, and a Type-C cable. You don't get a docking charger with this radio because you can charge the radio using the Type-C port on the battery itself, which means if you buy a second battery, you don't need the radio to charge the battery separately. In terms of size, this is a genuinely good size radio. In fact, I have my Quanching UV-K58 right here. It's only a touch bigger compared to the K58. I'm very impressed by the size actually. I've recently tested the TID Radio H8, which is a claimed 10-watt radio, but it's a much bigger radio than this one. I much prefer the size of this one. It's also a fair bit lighter than I thought it would be, which is not a bad thing. It just means it's just easier to carry on a day-to-day basis. On top, we've got the power and volume knob, and right next to it, we've got a VFO knob, which is a surprising addition at this price point, to be honest. You don't usually see them on budget radios, so I'm very impressed. On the left, you've got the PTT button, the 2 programmable button, and on the right, you've got the usual Kenwood style headphone jack. It also comes with a fairly large battery, 2200 milliamp hour, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it's a 2200 milliamp hour battery, which is a fairly decent sized battery. However, given the size of the screen, we'll see how it fares. It actually says it's a 10-watt radio. However, I'm sure it's being advertised as an 8-watt radio. There's also an FCC stamp. I'm not sure if it means much, but I'm hoping it means I can expect good things from this radio, especially in terms of emissions. It's also got a very decent high contrast screen, much like the TID Radio H8 or the TID Radio H3. It's also got Bluetooth, and you can actually install the app on both Android and iOS and program this radio using Bluetooth alone. There's no need for a cable or a PC. So yeah, this is if you don't have access to a PC, this is a massive bonus. The keypad is also backlit, but I'm not really impressed by the quality of light distribution. It's quite patchy actually. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up, but the top row is quite nice and bright, but the bottom 2 rows are rather dim. But at this price point, it's fairly acceptable. It also receives Airband, and it claims to be able to transmit on HF bands. And I'm assuming if it really does transmit on 18 to 108 MHz, they should be able to transmit on CB band as well. I'm looking forward to testing this radio thoroughly actually. I'll be doing some range tests as well to see how it fares in comparison to the TID Radio H8. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I'll get to it as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.